May, shit, I'm an idiot. May 8th, micro E mini NASDAQ market recap. Starting from the top to the bottom, fractal. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. All right, so coming into today, this black line here, this is the high I would like to have seen. I was bullish coming into today. Wanted to see this high taken out. This high was my draw on liquidity for today. It was around like, what is this? 2277 was my draw on liquidity for today. And I was very, very bullish just because I was bullish because market structure looked like it needed to take out this high. Anyway, I'm not gonna go. There's other reasons too on why I was bullish. I'm not gonna go too into it. We did have red folder news today, 8:30, and then Trump decided to fucking speak at like 10:30 or 11, something like that. But anyways, breaking down into zones, 4 hour market structure here. There was a clean PD arrays that I had. I think it was 30 minute. Okay, so I had a 30-minute confluence for today. Yeah. So just premium here, premium range, discount range. In a bullish scenario, I would personally like to be buying in a discount range, which was right here. So I used the 30-minute fractal aligned with my daily bias for today's entry that I didn't take because my limit order got stopped out by a fucking stone. A literal stone, like a penny. But anyways, so usually in a bullish scenario, you want to be buying in the discount range. Bear scenario, you want to be selling in a premium. So yeah, obviously we have this was marked out like around here. I woke up like at 9. I didn't go trade the 8:30 news, but yeah, had this marked out. Um, had this hourly fair value got marked out. I don't. So with my setup, the thing is I trade the lowest fair value gap. So on the hour, like there's this fair value gap you could take into consideration too. But I trade the lowest one because like for the model I use, price could you'd want to go off the first fair value gap that you're given, but price could seek the final fair value gap, and that's just like how I use my model and how it's worked for me. But yeah, so I had the final fair value gap in my discount range marked out on the 1 hour, which is here. 15 minute, nothing much. See right there. 5 minute, nothing much. Market structure was clean on the 5 minute though. But yeah, so going into the 1 minute, I'll explain another trade that I was very keen and like I was thinking about taking this trade heavily. I had it marked out just because it also checked out the boxes. So we have over here 8:30, 8:30 news drops. We dump, stay in this range for a little bit, dump again. Or no, this is market open right here. Market opens here. I was up around here. But yeah, so market open. We sweep this internal range right here. So we sweep that internal range of liquidity. And if you can see, we sweep it. And then look, so this is why I would say I was considering shorts, even though I said I'm bullish on the day. My daily draw was bullish. I was considering taking shorts to my setup, like to where my setup would form for a long, which I usually don't do, but there's some cases where like you can do it and just like de-risk like 1 or 2 micros. But yeah, I was considering. So after we swept this range, we swept it and then we retraced into the fair value gap, which I'll mark out. Mark it out real quick. Was right here. We retraced into this after we swept an internal range, and I am bullish until we reach my zone for a setup. So I had this marked out. I didn't take it. I was thinking of taking it. I should have taken it and just had low risk, but it would be here. Stop loss would be above the confirmations wick, and the TP would be, of course, to the 7 furlongs around here. So this was also would have been a really solid trade to take. SMT too for good bearish confluence. But yeah, this would have been a really good trade to take. I didn't take it, of course, though. Can't be mad. I mean, at the same time, should be annoyed because I could have just taken low risk. It would have been decent money, but I didn't trade against my daily profile, which there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, anyway, skipping to the limit order I had today, which was low key the greatest edge of 2025. But yeah, so at 10, what the fuck? Too fast NASDAQ, bro. All right, 10:54. 10:54, we entered this zone. Now I explained like how I like to take the final fair value gap in a sequence, or well, you should be taking the first one, but for in my consideration for like a A plus A plus A plus setup, you don't want to take the last one, which is right here. Let's put out like hover over it real quick. We'll just call it 19,976 because that's the final fair value gap in this sequence, like within this zone. Like it's barely within this zone, but it's in it. So I had today a limit order. Oops. I had today a limit order at 19,976, which as you can see, this would have been to the daily draw I had in mind as well. But dude, literally $2 fucking. $2 fucking, bro. Ridiculous, bro. Crazy ass shit going on. 2025 shit, bro. But didn't get filled by $2. There was a fill here. Obviously wasn't, but it'd be somewhere like it looks something like oh fuck. Yeah, this would have been generational feeding families. Shit, all types of shit with that. But anyways, look, I waited for the perfect setup in my eyes. So I'm not annoyed, but the setup that should have very much been taken was the first fair value gap in this zone, which is the 20 20 2007. I mean, yeah. Wait. Well, like 2007, but 2007 with your stop at okay, 19,942. 2000. So this should have been the trade that was taken today. You can take this blue flash magnet off. What was it? 19,942. I mean, it's a big stop. Like it's a very big stop loss in my opinion for me. But you could just de-risk at like 2 or 3 micros. This should have been today's trade, which it wasn't because I waited on confirmation for the A plus setup. But considering the model, breaking down the fractal, and just aligning with a daily narrative, this was the trade that should have been taken today. 1 to 4 RR, 168 fucking trade of doom, bro. This shit would have fed families on families, but anyways, it is what it is. Oh yeah, so I did get stopped out at break even earlier because what's it called? This was kind of just fucking. Where was it? It was, I believe, right here. Yeah, I saw this SMT forward. We went below the range. We retraced into this fair value gap. I took a short here. Then around here, I believe, I around like here. See if I can show executions. Ah, shit, this shit's glitching. Oh, I can't show the executions, but I took a short here, got this SMT, and then we reached below equilibrium to the fair value gap. Around here, I think I set my stop to break even just because. Oh yeah, this was Trump was delayed on speaking. I think he was gonna. I didn't know when he was gonna speak, so I went to break even, got wick to break even, and we dumped insane. I probably would have my take profit here, just at the entry of the zone. Would have been a good trade. So got stopped at break even. Is what it is. Can't be mad. Narrative for the day was correct. Pretty much everything was correct. Just didn't get filled and got stopped at break even. Another day. Stuck to my rules. Did good on me. But that's pretty much the recap for what happened today, May 8th. If you made money, congrats to you. W trade, W trader, W 2025 shit. But full port Friday tomorrow. Run that shit up. You haven't passed your express or your evals, full port that shit. Hop on the express. Start making the bread, bro. But yeah, that's the trade recap. Break even day. Break even day.